Well, hello and welcome to another video tutorial. This time for Technique Tuesday, I'm not going to necessarily do a stamping technique, but we are going to make a card like this, but I'm going to make a wedding card since we have a wedding to go to this summer. And we're going to work with the window charms that are squares to make this cake. And I thought it would be appropriate for a wedding cake because lots of times wedding cakes are tiered. So I'm going to do a card like this and show you another way to use window charms, which are a lot of times used, they look like this, and a lot of times they're used to highlight a word or a picture, and we're going to put pattern paper in back of them to use them as a wedding cake. I have pre-cut some squares. This one's 2 inch, 1.5, and 1. Now you don't have to pre-cut your squares. You can just put the window charm right on the paper where you want your design to be, which might even work better than what I did, but since I already pre-cut them, we're going to try to do them this way. Anyway, you take the charm just right off the package. They're kind of in the package like this, and Close to My Heart sells these in their book, and you just line it up with the paper the best you can, and what's going to happen, it's going to stick right to that paper. And it's okay if some of it is overhanging, like we have a little bit of overhang here, because we're just going to cut that off. So that's the 2 inch square. And then I'm going to get the 1.5 inch square. Find one of those on my paper. And we'll cover the next one. These little things are sticky. Okay, here we go. And then we're going to do the next tier of the cake. You just kind of place it right on there. Covers that up. And then we're going to do the 1 inch square. Grab one of those off here. This is what I'm working with again. And cover that little piece of paper up. And I'm using the Silhouette paper pack. I really like this paper pack. I just think it's very versatile. And then I can just cut, I don't know if you can see that, or just cutting off the little edge that didn't get covered by the charm. We also carry Circle. This one's pretty good. I don't have to do any cutting on that one, surprisingly. We also carry the Circle charms, and you can do a lot of fun things with those too. I also thought that it would be cool when I was making this congratulations card, and for time's sake, I already embossed the congratulations on there in gold embossing powder. Another thing that might work would be gold pigment ink, but I don't have any of that. On this card with the happy birthday, I just use the white daisy, and that pops on the black, but I didn't want to use white daisy since my card really doesn't have a lot of white in it. So then I just take my charms and I'm going to build my cake. Put the tiers on here, see where I want it. Looks like it's going to line up pretty good. I'm going to snip off a little bit more over here on this one. Oops, there we go. Excuse me. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of these and then glue them down. And here's my big ATG, I don't know if you can see that, ATG Scott 714 gun. I use this when I'm going to do a lot of crafting. Sometimes I use the Tombow, which is just tape running also. But when I do a lot of crafting, I use my big gun so I don't have to go through a lot of tape. Okay, I put that one down on the bottom. Then I just take my next tier, put glue all over the back of that one, and line that up. And you can line it however you want. I just kind of put that one right in the middle. And then on the third one, again, just put glue on the back of it. And put that little one at the top. I'm going to put that little flower at the very top there. And there's your cake. I'm going to top it off with a little bow. And this is Buttercup Organdy ribbon. Just going to take a glue dot here. If I can get it off. Piece of paper. Put it on the back of my bow. This. And then put it at the top of my cake. Just with a little glue dot. And the congratulations shows right through that organdy ribbon, so that's kind of cool. And then on this card, as you see, I tore the edge, and you can see in the middle I put a little bit of pattern paper, and I did the same thing here. It just kind of gives it a little bit of interest. So I'm going to tear this edge, And the nice thing about Close to My Heart paper is it is all white core, so you kind of get that really cool effect. And there's no perfect or wrong way in tearing, it's just whatever you want. And then I'm also going to put a couple little brads because I just love brads. And how I'm going to put that on, I have a new stamp set. It's called the Placement Guide. Close to My Heart has. It's new. Move this out of the way so you can see it. See all those little fun dots? Well, they place right on the acrylic block. You don't have to have a lot of pressure for this. I'm just going to ink it up with a little Colonial white ink, which won't show up much, but it will show me exactly where I want to put my brads. And I don't know if you can even see that. I don't know if you can see that on there, but I can. And then I don't have to worry about using my ruler. So then I just poke the holes where my placement guide was with my little poker here. These little things can be tricky. And then I have some bamboo brads that came in a kit that Close to My Heart had at one time. And I'm going to put those next to my cake to give it a little bit more interest. Sorry for my reach there. And this time my brads are going to show through. Lots of times I don't like it when my brads show through, but I'm not going to worry about that this time since there's no way to cover it. I guess if I wanted to, I could cover the back with some pattern paper. And there we go. Voila. It is done. I hope you can see that. Congratulations. And then it looks like a little wedding cake. So one of Seth's cousins is going to get that this summer. Thanks for stopping by, and if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.